It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trailblazers up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, they've got an opportunity tonight to sweep the season series 2-0. The coaching staff commented that they feel confident coming into this one. Terry Stotts, in his third stop as a head coach, now with the Blazers, he's become one of the great offensive minds in the NBA over the years.
Excuse me, Ernie, I was sipping on some of that strawberry-flavored Shaq soda.
Okay.
But he has designed offense for a championship team, the Mavs in 2-11. They use a lot of Icy Hot products. I said to myself, man up, Mavs.
Well, is this a personal endorsement for Shaquille O'Neal?
Well, no, but I can clear it through the game.
Okay, well, shout out to 2K.
And Joel.
Okay. Well, you know, I think the one thing about Stotts is he's drawing from the guys that he's worked for or worked with. George Karl, Rick Alderman, Rick Carlisle, all have great offensive philosophies and different, and he's drawing from that.
Yeah, he has. Kevin Harlan, I don't think you're promoting anything, but take it away.
Shaq for radio, listen.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Just off a road trip, the Pacers are back at home, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Yeah, and the atmosphere of this building is incredible. And as that win streak continues to grow, the fans' excitement has grown right along with it. And now we've reached that point where it's considered a frenzy.
And before the action gets going here, we'll go to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke with Terry Stotts. What's the news there, Dave?
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. And when I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And for the Blazers, you know, offensively, you've got Lillard and McCollum spacing the floor. You put them on opposite sides, and when you swing the ball, either can carve up the defensive rotation.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
So Indiana wins the tip. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Crabbe is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Aminu in at the 4 spot. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3. And both Lillard and McCollum, able shot creators. They put a lot of pressure on him.
And both of them able to hit from deep, off the bounce, and create for others. They're both scoring-minded guards, but between them, plenty of playmaking to keep the ball moving.
Now here's Lillard. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Launches a 3. The rebound by Turner. T kicks to Young. Got a piece of it. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And stolen by Jeff T. Here's George. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to.
Teague against Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Teague kicks to Young. That shot missing, and it's Portland the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
Now Teague, after the missed three from Damian Lillard. Tries again. Shots good from Young.
You know, those are the plays where you really see Young's quickness off the floor. He's got a great, quick second jump, which leads to second chance scores.
Now, here's Lillard. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Teague with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Screen by Young. 5 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Indiana.
It seems like they found a nice middle ground here. There's some long range, some inside the arc. That kind of offensive versatility makes it really tough for a team to defend.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Aminu, and Aminu slams it in.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
And George kicks to Turner. Back to George. Turner with the screen. George against Aminu. Here's Stevenson, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Portland called for the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
He doesn't get the second one. And the Pacers playing in one of the league's smallest markets. They've had some tough attendance numbers over the last 10 years.
And one of the best basketball facilities, I think, in all the NBA. And the city of Indianapolis actually stepped up in 2014. They promised over $160 million to help offset the team's losses over the following decade in exchange for the franchise extending its lease. Long term, hopefully the fan support enables them to stay where they belong in the heart of Indianapolis.
Now here's Teague. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
13 feet away. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Teague's got his first 2 points.
And all those hours in the weight room paying off right there for Teague. Nice finish through the contact.
Here's Lillard. Portland again missing.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
To the middle. Here's Young. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Crabbe, good. Now, here is George. Really was a guy who also stepped up in that win against the Mavericks. Screened by Young. And George kicks to Turner. Trying his luck deep. The shot that time, not on target. Portland trailing here. Crabbe with the ball. Picked up by Teague. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Just an incredible month of basketball. Second in scoring, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And what he's doing right now, I mean, carving up defensive schemes at will. Boy, it's just a beautiful thing to watch.
It's stolen by Aminu. Now here's Crabbe. He's covered closely. And here is Harkless. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 on the shot clock. Crabbe kicks to Harkless. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
And Indiana shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Turner with the screen. Stevenson outside. In the corner, George with it. It's stolen by Aminu. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Jefferson's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Lillard outside. Here's Harkless. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Crabbe. But they'll get another chance. Kicks it out to Lillard. Turner against Aminu. Back to Lillard. He dishes it to Crabbe. Lillard up top. Teague covering. 5 on the clock. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Over to the left wing. Jefferson kicks to Turner. Deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Trailblazers 3rd, the Pacers 4th.
And both squads extremely adept in transition. They like to get out and run, guys, and this is a battle of greyhounds.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And the Blazers last season losing 4 of their 5 starters to trades or free agency. You might have expected them, Greg, to drop in the depths of the standings, but they stayed remarkably competitive.
And credit goes to everybody. The players rose to the challenge and showed a hunger to prove themselves. The front office went out and acquired young pieces that fit, and Coach Stotts put them in a position to be successful.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Miles Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And it's Ellis in for Teague. Now here's Ellis. His last outing, he had 8 points. Bucket is good. Miles has got his first points of the game.
And the stroke from Miles is really a nice-looking stroke. I mean, it's one of the more reliable shots in the game. He's one of the better shooters we have in the association.
Turner with it, defended by Miles. And Turner kicks to Aminu. The Trailblazers rebound. Inside. And Turner throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here's Ellis. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Jefferson setting the pick for Ellis. Kicks to Jefferson. And Jefferson throws it down.
Well, that's a really solid decision by Ellis to throw the ball over to the open teammate. showing off his unselfishness there.
Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And Lillard kicks to Turner. Back to Lillard. Makes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
I know it doesn't sound like much, folks, but 1 for 7 is much, much better sounding than 0 for 7. I still might suggest that he think about easing up on the trigger.
Now here's Allen, looking for his first basket still on this one. Off the left rim and out. The Trailblazers shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Again, the miss by Lillard. Now here's Miles. He's covered by Aminu. Ellis, that's good.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Turner. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Turner's got his second basket. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Screen by Jefferson. Stevenson dishes to Jefferson. Wide open. And the shot no good, a bit short. Portland leading. Turner passes to Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
Ellis outside. Aminu grabs the miss.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Offensive rebound. Here's Lillard. Great defense that time from Ellis.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Banked in off the glass.
Boy, great steely determination from Ellis. He's really an amazing guard who knows how to score inside despite not being that big.
Now here's Lillard. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And Turner kicks to Lillard. And Jefferson sends it back.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Indiana. Now the pass to Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Unable to get that one. And Indiana will go the other way with it. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Here's Connaughton. Pass to Leonard. Feeds it to Napier. Davis sets a screen. And Turner kicks to Connaughton. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Indiana leading. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Young dishes to Ellis. Good on the triple. Ellis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Now Young. Ellis left side. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pacers lead by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And that kind of relentless determination is something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he's been around for a decade in the NBA as a consistently good player.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes, and early on they've been able to do that here in the first.
And guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
George and Young are the forwards. Teague out there with Young. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. And they're pushing it up. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
With the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge to San Antonio, there's no question who Portland's franchise player is now. It's Damian Lillard, who said, "I am." People say he's not a franchise player, but I didn't make that decision. The franchise did. It's more than being the best player, especially with a young team. You're the example, and the standard is here. Evan, he doesn't shy away from that responsibility.
No, he's built for it, D.A. Thanks. Nurkic with the block. Poked loose. Here's Napier. Softly drops in the floater. Napier's got 4 points this quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half, really getting after it defensively.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And if you had to start a new team today, which small forward would you want? Kawhi Leonard or this guy, Paul George?
Well, I'm a little biased. It's a tough call, quite honestly. I mean, arguably the best two-way players in the game. Kawhi has elevated his game offensively, and we know what he does defensively. But for my money, being a former Pacer myself, I'm going PG on that one.
Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Napier kicks to Crabbe. Here's Nurkic, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse. Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Napier kicks to Harkless. Pass to Napier. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Crabbe. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Teague the pass to Young. Now the dish to George. Back to Young. And Turner kicks to Young. 5 to shoot. To the middle, off the pick, and Young with the nice bucket inside. And the Pacers lead by 2.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
They set the screen. Napier dishes to Leonard. He used that pick to get in close. Leonard's got it all tied up now for Portland.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Teague. Young outside. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Tips it. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Indiana.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's George on the wing. He feeds it to Turner. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Cram. George passes to Young, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Here's George. And so here is Indiana. Goes back up. Young's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Pulls up on the elbow, and Young with the basket on the assist by Turner.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assist.
And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Pacers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Outside Teague. Right side George. And it's George again missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Screen by Nurkic. Harkless kicks to Nurkic. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Young kicks to Teague. Passes to Turner. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
That's tipped. Shot clock at 6. Here's Teague. Portland grabs the miss. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. The Pacers were a much improved team last season, and easy to see why with Paul George back in full health. But this is a team that was the #1 seed in the East back in 2014. How do they get back, guys, to that level?
Well, guys, it's a whole new roster, a whole new style of play for them, so growing pains are inevitable. I thought getting to the playoffs, pushing the Raptors to 7 games in the first round was a good step. Really hard to compare this team with the Hibbert and West teams that got to back-to-back conference finals. I mean, I think they need another difference maker alongside Paul George to continue to rise in the Eastern Conference.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And they did win that last game in this matchup, and it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And Stevenson's checked in for Joseph Young. And it's Ellis in for Teague. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Aminu comes in for Leonard. Turner's checked in for Harkless. And Lillard subbed in for Allen Cram. Now here's Lillard. On the wing, Turner. Davis setting the pick for Turner. Back to Lillard. From deep. Here's Davis. And Jefferson sends it back. Stevenson kicks to Young. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. And it's 6 points for Thaddeus Young.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
Here's Lillard. Lillard again missing. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Dishes it to Stevenson. He kicks to Miles. The feed to Young. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Ellis outside, fires for three, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And here's a look at some stats for Damian Lillard. He's been more than solid over the last month. 4th in free throw percentage, 11th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And, you know, he's been deadly from the charity stripe. Phenomenal asset to have on your team, a dead-eye free throw shooter.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Free throw drops for Napier. And both free throws good for Napier. And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. One of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times.
And Jefferson sends it back. And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in the line too often. The Pacers in 5th.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Throw good, Davis, and Portland making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And at 6'7", 6'8", Thaddeus Young, definitely more a small ball power forward, but that seems to be the way the league is going these days.
Yeah, it is, and in spite of his ability to fit into that small ball mantra, he can get overpowered inside by the bigger forwards. He's quick off the dribble, an excellent left-handed slasher, and is capable of putting big numbers on the board when he gets it going.
Here's Ellis after Ed Davis's score. Shoots. Shots good from Young. Young's got 8.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Now here's Lillard. Turner with a screen for Lillard. He dishes it to Turner. Davis down low, defended by Jefferson. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the 3-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And of course Portland, right now, quite a ways down below.
And for the Trailblazers, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Well, with the personnel they have, Greg, that leap probably not going to come. I mean, they could be a playoff team, but I don't see them being a major threat.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Monte Ellis. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. The Pacers making a switch here. Allen's checked in. They set the pick. Here's Aminu. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Ellis against Lillard. Ellis kicks to Jefferson. And the dunk by Jefferson.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Davis with a screen on Ellis. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Now here's Ellis. 9 points in the game so far. Miles dishes to Jefferson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from 18 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Trailblazers trail by 3. Connaughton passes to Lillard. Kicks it to Aminu. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. Stevenson with it. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle. He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here's Ellis. There's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Back to Stevenson. Takes a 3. And Davis pulls it down. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Indiana trailing here. And a wide open look here for Ellis. That doesn't go either for Ellis. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Connaughton. Lillard, a screen on Ellis. Here's Davis. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Davis has got 5 points in the quarter. Indiana's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Now here's Ellis. 9 points in the game so far. And he finishes nicely on the way up. Ellis has got 11.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Trailblazers out in front, leading by just 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of action so far in this one. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the 3. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the 3. Rick Fox, B. Shaw, and big shot, Bob for 3. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Down downtown Indianapolis, glowing in the distance as we welcome you back to the action here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
What a game for Ellis. He has 11 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Damian Lillard out there with Crabbe. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. Now here's Harkless. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Lillard. Pacers with the rebound. Young's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Teague kicks to Turner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 3rd assist on the night. And here is Crabbe. Lillard dishes to Crabbe. Nurkic a screen on Stevenson. Now here's Crabbe. He's guarded by Stevenson. The 17-footer. No good off the front iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Young outside. And George kicks to Young. The pass to Teague. Turner dishes to Teague. Outside for George. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Indiana. Pass to Young. 14 feet away. Offensive rebound. Teague. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Teague is just so elusive on the court that he'll catch you leaning and force you to pick up a foul.
And you look at Jeff Teague, an all-star in 2015, but he's not in that superstar category yet. What does he need to do to get to that level?
You know, it's not one thing. I mean, Teague is good, not great in a lot of areas, and I think he's solidified his place as a starting caliber point guard. I think with his athleticism, he could be an even better defender, which I think is an emphasis here with the Pacers.
And with the emergence of Dennis Schroeder as a viable starting point guard in Atlanta, the stage was set for Jeff Teague to be traded elsewhere.
Yeah, and Teague is a player who rightfully drew a lot of interest around the league. An athletic slasher and dangerous pick-and-roll operator. You knew he'd land on his feet.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Lillard outside. Down low. And Nurkic gets it to go. Nurkic has got 8 points.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Now, here is Young. He's got 8. Here's Stevenson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Stevenson's got the game tied up here for the Pacers. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Lillard, the pass to Aminu. Nurkic, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Lillard against Teague. Stevenson outside. From the stripe. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Nurkic, a screen on Teague. Lillard attacking. Tipped away. Young with the steal. Nobody near George. Young on the follow. 10 points for him.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Young's checked in for Indiana. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Napier comes in for Lillard. Leonard kicks to Nurkic. Feeds it to Napier. Pass to Nurkic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
So far in the game for Nurkic, he's got 10 points and a steal.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity too that he brings to the court.
He's off on the second.
They're ahead, but if they don't get a stop here, that free throw could prove critical.
For the lead. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And that's now 6 points for George. Napier kicks to Harkless. The dish now to Napier. There's a good screen. He feeds it to Leonard. Here's Harkless. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Young. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Napier dishes to Harkless. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. So it's Portland now. It's a 1-point game. 6 to shoot. Over in the corner, Harkless. And a miss there on the triple. Pacers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And George, here we go. Here's Young. And Young slams it home.
I tell you, Thaddeus Young flowing and glowing, making it happen. Do it, young fella. Get busy.
To the paint. Leonard kicks to Nurkic. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Back to Nurkic. Leonard the pass to Nurkic. And the shot goes down. Nurkic has got 13. The Pacers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. T kicks to Young. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Look at Milwaukee. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Pacers, 6 games out.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
The first one falls. And so Young nails them both. Here's Crabb. Passes it to Napier. There's a screen. Dishes it to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And George kicks to T. A shot's good on the assist by George. And that's now 6 points for Jeff T.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
Screen by Nurkic. Here's Harkless. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Turner throws it down.
And Turner is an athletic behemoth. What a word. And he's really good when it comes to finishing off alley-oops.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Napier kicks to Crabbe. Leonard dishes to Nurkic. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Outside Teague. He kicks it to Turner. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Now Crabbe, they set the pick, and there's the feed to Napier. Poked loose and stolen by Jeff T. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And one great play leads to another with Teague. His fast hands and fast feet making things happen.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Crabbe with the ball. He dishes it to Napier. Six on the shot clock. Kicks to Harkless. Leonard, the pass to Crabbe. Pulls it up. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
In the corner, George with it. And it's George again missing.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Now here's Harkless. Screen by Nurkic. Here's Crabbe. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Crabbe's got 5 now.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Allen comes in for Thaddeus Young. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And it's Ellis in for T. And then for the Trailblazers, Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Turner comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Crabbe. Now here's Ellis. 11 points in the game. Jefferson on top. Turner with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Leonard's got the ball. And Turner kicks to Davis. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. 7 points for Davis. Indiana leading by 3. Young outside. Jefferson setting the pick for Young. And there's the pass to Jefferson. A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now, here's Miles. T right on him. Cans the 12-footer. Miles has got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Davis sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layups. Davis has got 9 points.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
That free throw good from Ellis.
Combo guard Ellis continues to build on what's been a really good career. He's a game-changing type player who scores really from anywhere on the basketball court.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Napier, and stolen by Lillard. Here's Davis, stolen by Ellis. Young up top, 6 points for him. Over in the corner, Ellis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Damian Lillard.
2 shots, gentlemen. Monte Ellis, hard to believe he's got over a decade in the league already. Right out of high school, back in the mid-2000s. This guy is an outstanding scorer, driver, and surprisingly good as a playmaker, too. If you let him get to his right hand, you're in a real trouble.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And Ellis always aggressive, looking to score. He's instant offense, guys.
Yeah, he's high-octane offense, one of the best in the league at getting into the middle of the defense and making good things happen for his team.
And so Monte Ellis nails both of them.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Aminu. Pacers shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Ellis. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Boy, nothing better than to see Monte Ellis filling it up. I mean, he's a guy who's a threat to score from anywhere at any time.
Now, here's Lillard. 7 points in the game.
Come to me.
Pass to Davis. Here's Connaughton, defended by Jefferson. 5 to shoot. Here's Turner. No good. Shot missing. So Indiana will take it the other way. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Lance Stevenson's checked in for Young. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's Connaughton. Lillard, a screen on Ellis. Connaughton passes to Lillard. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. That's good on the jump shot. Lillard's got 9.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Now here's Ellis.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Ellis. Lillard doesn't get it to drop for him. The third quarter comes to a close. Pacers lead by 8. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And the final period of play just about to start. Indiana leading by 8. Stevenson and George on the wings. Allen is out there with Miles Turner. And it's Ellis in at the 1 spot. That's the Pacers 5. And it's Stevenson missing.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him. And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
That's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Here is Lillard. Here's Davis. Great defense that time from Ellis. Pacers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. It's deflected and stolen by Cram. Feeds to Lillard. Pass to Turner. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Davis with the bucket.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Pacers leading by 6. Stevenson dishes to George. It's Allen on the wing. Outside Turner. On the wing Stevenson. 5 on the clock. From deep, Ellis. Damian Lillard pulls it in. Lillard's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Trailblazers trail by 6. There's the dish to Aminu. Back to Lillard. Davis kicks to Aminu. Lillard outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Pacers making a switch here. Teague's checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Davis. And Harkless is subbed in for Turner. Teague against Lillard. Here's Allen. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists in the game.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Now here's Lillard. Here's Crabb. Here's Nurkic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Indiana. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Stevenson outside. He feeds it to George. The putback. And another shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And what a game for Young. He's got 15 rebounds, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
No good on that one.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
He hits the second from the line. He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And Greg, you know that's never a bad idea to be the aggressor. I mean, what a ball game we've got going on here, guys.
Kicks it out to Stevenson. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Aminu misses.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Now, here's George. Passes it to Turner. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Miles Turner, the 11th overall pick last season out of the University of Texas, only spent 1 season in college. But this guy very well could be a perennial all-star. The Pacers think they've gotten a steal. He was a 19-year-old rookie who showed he already understands how to hold his own at both ends of the floor.
That's good from Turner. And Turner was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. What caused him, guys, you think, to slip to 11th in the 2015 draft?
Well, you know, he didn't have a huge impact at Texas. Only played there 1 year. There wasn't a full body of work on his resume. Some even looked at his awkward running gait as perhaps a chink in his armor. But he trained with track coaches, developed his hip flexibility, and really has been working on his mobility and had a strong rookie season.
Stevenson passes to George. Turner. Nurkic with the block. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Young dishes to Stevenson. Good on the bucket. And the Pacers lead by 9.
Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Sweet move. Tough finish. What a play.
Teague against Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Harkless kicks to Lillard. Great D that time from Teague.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Stevenson passes to Young. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Trailblazers trail by 11. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
You can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Nurkic, a screen on Young. Aminu, no one around him. Portland, no good that time either.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
And George kicks to Young. Back to George. Looking to get back on track here. Count it.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother him.
And Paul George attacking the game with renewed vigor last season. And another all-star appearance. Guys, he didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, he actually scored 41 points in the All-Star game, one shy of Wilt Chamberlain's record from 1962. PG making a statement. Get your tickets. PG-13 is back and in platinum level form.
Screen by Nurkic. Crab dishes to Harkless. To stop the run, and it's sent back by Turner. The first one falls.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. Indiana leading by 12. Turner with the screen. Teague the pass to Stevenson. Dishes to Young. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And that's now 17 points for Thaddeus Young. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Crab kicks to Lillard. And too long on the shot.
Boy, it's been a rough day for him, Kevin. I mean, he's not the only reason they're down right now, but he's certainly one of them.
Trailblazers trail by 14. And it's Lillard again missing.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but...
That's how you attack.
Wow. Oh, man. my.
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
And an entertaining one too, Kevin. Just a sublime finisher.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's George following the score by Damian Lillard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Turner. He has 9 rebounds and 4 blocks.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kelloggese, right? And
yes.
Kelloggese. All free throws good from Turner.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Now here's Crab. There's the pick. Lillard outside. Back to Crab. Screen by Nurkic. 5 on the clock. Shoots. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Stevenson outside. To the middle. Here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Nurkic a screen on Teague. Nice work there coming off the screen. 14 points for Lillard.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And Stevenson kicks to George. And there's the feed to Young. Screen by Young. There's the pass to Teague. Back to Turner. Jacks up a three. Aminu grabs the miss. Trailblazers trail by 15. Nurkic kicks to Harkless. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's George. Count it. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Crabbe kicks to Lillard. There's the screen. To the paint. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Pacers leading by 17. Here's Young, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
That one misses for Young.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Crabbe dishes to Lillard. From the low block. It's rebounded by Indiana. Now Teague. Outside, George. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but yep, he's still cooking, and Greg, he's cooking with gas.
Now here's Nurkic. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A nice shot by George.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
They're committing an awful lot of fouls, and most of them are unproductive. You don't want to let guys get easy layups. I understand that. But this could turn into a parade to the foul line.
Turner's checked in for Portland. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Portland, no good that time either.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Now, here is Young. Jefferson kicks to Teague. Misses the 3. Lillard with it. He dishes it to Aminu. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 6 assists now in the game. Outside Teague. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Trailblazers trail by 21. Lillard outside. And he drops it in from the low post. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, his pace makes him really hard to keep track of, guys. I mean, if you lose him, he'll explode to the rim on you.
Stay out here.
And George kicks to Jefferson. Inside. Young dishes to Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Look at the explosiveness from the little man. Teague just rises up and never stops.
And the Trailblazers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Nurkic, a screen on Teague, goes up the baseline, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pacers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And boy, they have gotten their revenge here tonight. They dropped that first matchup earlier this year, but tonight they even things up at 1 apiece on the season against the Trailblazers.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Young. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Allen's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Joseph Young's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Ellis in for Teague. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Allen Crabbe. And it's Napier in for Lillard.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Ellis with the screen for Young. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Not a good pick there. If I'm shooting the ball and I'm looking at him, I'm asking, where is the effort? You've got to do a better job of screening.
And Allen with the block.
Boy, you got to be more aware of the long reach of Allen. I mean, if you send something soft his way, he's going to pack it on you. Checking out the game Shabazz Napier is having. He's got 10 points and 4 assists.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant, and he's excelled in those areas today.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ellis kicks to Jefferson. Got a piece of it. Kicks it out to Allen. Clock at 6. Miles, that's for 2. And the shot no good, a bit short. Here's Napier. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. What was the area of emphasis coming into the game tonight?
I mean, we knew this is a team that you can't, take for granted. They play hard. So we had to, step it up, execute offensively, and, stop them from scoring.
Definitely the fundamentals, but those are the most important things. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan player of the game, Thaddeus Young.
Very solid from the floor tonight. Hit on over half of his shot attempts, so he was able to push the action but still be efficient. The team rode that effort all the way to the bank.
Man, he took his game to another level tonight. He wasn't hanging in the background. He was their alpha dog. And he got the crowd going wild.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see ya.
Good night.